Energy be blind when you don't catch it in time. Playing a situation over in your head. Can't go back, can't rewind. It's eating you alive. Why did I question my own mind? But they had two different sides. Things wasn't adding up. Start connecting all these lies. I felt some shit was off. You could've fooled me with the vibe. Because of that I justified. But energy don't lie.
Welcome to my channel, Unorthodox Tarot. So this reading is going to be for the zodiac sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant, heavy on the Sun sign. So Cancer, for the past energy that I got for you was responsibility, time, overwhelmed, revealed, and irreplaceable. So right away, this energy felt like this was an ongoing situation with whatever relationship you had going on in the past. This could actually be a relationship that you still have current today. But if this is a Cancer woman, I feel like you're dealing with a man who has not been faithful for a very long time. This is an ongoing situation. This could actually be a job situation where he has a fling or he's been having this work relationship with this particular woman for a very long time. And, you know, take it how it is, vice versa. This could also be a man, maybe you're in a relationship you don't want to be in, but, or maybe you're a woman that's in a relationship you don't want to be in. But I feel heavy responsibility around children. Somebody in this connection is definitely getting neglected. For the present energy, you have exit plan, tired, childish, neglected, and broken. So somebody in this situation is definitely feeling neglected. There is childlike energy around two people who have children. Somebody is being childish in this connection. It has to do with children. This could be a custody battle going on. Maybe this is a man who wants custody of his children, or maybe this is a woman who, is trying to keep someone from having custody of their children. But this is somebody who's tired. They want out. If this is a connection where two people are together in a household, this is definitely somebody who wants out. And I feel like this is somebody who's making plans, because in the current energy you have journal, you have writing, diaries, keeping notes, pretending, waves, love, and intervention. So with this situation, I feel like this is definitely somebody who isn't dumb, even though they've been in this situation for a long time. Like I said, with the past energy and responsibilities, it's just hard. And I feel like that's been happening in a lot of people's energy lately. A lot of people want out, whether that's a family situation, whether that's like a contract situation, a situationship with a lover. Somebody wants out. It's a lot of push and pull energy, but, I just feel like this is also a situation where, somebody is just waiting for the perfect timing. But yes, like I said, if this is a woman, I feel like you could possibly be dealing with a man who hasn't been faithful for a long time. And, he's running out of time. Whoever he's dealing with is definitely not letting up. They know you guys have a connection. They know that they were a part of the damage. But, this person is still, they're not backing down. Cancer. This is somebody who wants to win at all costs. But this is definitely somebody I feel like is wanting to reveal. When you have this reveal sign, it says, I want to tell you the truth. So this is somebody who wants to tell you the truth, and they're running out of time. They're dealing with somebody who is kind of impatient, even though, like I said, this energy has been lasting for, it could be months, maybe even a year or two. But somebody is just, they want out. And I don't even think the emotion is really there. But there's definitely childish energy involving children at this particular time. And if this is a family situation, because I was kind of getting family as well. If this is a family situation, I'm getting heavy around mother energy. And if that's the case, Cancer, and whether you're male, female, if there's a situation out there where you're dealing with family and you're feeling lack of love, lack of support from a parent, and this could be somebody who you are at odds with now. Maybe this is a mother, father, or someone in the family that you have no communication with, that you once did have communication with. But I feel like I'm getting heavy mother energy. And if that's the case, you could have children and you might feel unsupported in that situation. Like maybe you're doing everything alone. Maybe you are single. Maybe you're not in a relationship. And maybe you just lack family support. But it's given like a mother who just kind of, they didn't want to be a parent. Put it that way. This is a grandparent that could probably, if you're dealing with a situation like that, they probably never wanted to be a parent. And sometimes when you have a parent in your life who, when you become an adult and you lack support from them, you lack kind of love and that stability and, that nurture is kind of like, they never wanted to be a parent. So when you have kids, if you're feeling like you're being neglected or your kids are being neglected, by a grandparent or lack thereof, it could possibly be they never wanted to be a parent. So it's just like you have to understand that too. Like, some parents who are in their children's lives even as adults, and they continue to be in their grandchildren's lives, those are typically parents that never want to stop being parents. But when you come across those who, kind of neglect the situation in totality, they most likely they just never want to be a parent. Either they were because out of fear of being judged or criticized, they did what they had to do and they took care of their responsibilities. But if that's the case, if that's the energy out there, then this is also what I'm picking up. But heavy on, a situation with a lover. This is somebody who I don't believe is a lover. This is just somebody who you have been in bind with for a very long time. But I feel like there's a lot of childish behavior going on, especially with children. Something is involving like children, like, whether it's children that are being neglected, and there's a father out there who wants custody of his kids. Maybe his kids is not getting the proper care that they need. Or if this is a woman, this is somebody who could possibly feel neglected, or maybe she feel like her kids are being neglected, but somebody's being neglected, and somebody's tired, but somebody definitely has an exit plan for future purposes. For whatever reason, you might not be able to move right now, but there's definitely planning. I don't see no one really sitting still in this connection. But another thing for this future, I see next to journal, you have pretending. So this could also be somebody who could be pretending, that everything is on the up and up with this relationship, whether that be via social media or, or somebody who's probably living beyond their means. Maybe this is somebody who is spending more money than what they should, for a situation, or maybe to get out of a situation is stressful because it's financially straining. But, somebody's living beyond their means, or they're pretending, they're putting up this facade like everything is okay. But behind closed doors, there's emotion coming and going. There's a failed love connection, there's intervention, and it says to rescue others involved. So, this could be other people that are also involved with whatever this situation is that also is going through the same thing. Maybe this is a situation where if you are dealing with a significant other or a man, both of you women are being pulled, in different directions. Maybe he's telling her one thing and telling you another thing. So I'm kind of getting that too. But, the overall energy that I'm getting is that, somebody feels neglected in this situation, in this connection. And this is an ongoing situation. But, if that's the case, I just feel like, there needs to be some serious intervention, or else somebody is going to explode in this situation, because somebody's definitely tired, somebody is definitely overwhelmed, and somebody doesn't have too much time left or time to waste. So I'm getting heavy Chiron aspects to Moon and Venus, 4th house ruler. I'm also getting South Node in Cancer, Moon in Scorpio, Moon in Aquarius, Saturn in the 4th house, and also heavy Moon, Venus in the 12th house placement. So yeah, this is heavy, but, it's, whatever this is long overdue. So I would say, try to keep your cool in this situation, because I just don't see anything good coming out of this, because it's well long overdue. And I don't see anything but a explosion happening. But, somebody here is definitely not sitting still. They're definitely planning, but just try to, if you can control your emotions while you're doing it and, move in silence, don't tell your left hand what your right hand is doing, you'll be fine. So if this resonates, give me a like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.